Yeah, his may not be visible outside, so whoever wants to see may need to get closer to the table to see what is happening. Just pull the chair close.
So this is
From here.
The phone is there, so it's kind of.
okay. So this is my project. I did a garden sprinkler where you can tell it which grid it can do and it'll spray it. So the question is like something like a garden sprinkler, like how would it even work with technology like it's with water? Like water destroys technology all the time. So to start this, we must use common sense. So first, like we gotta understand like a practical way to look at this, and one of them is to block and unblock the flow of water. So we use this with water dams in like such as a Hoover Dam. So you can do the same thing using a solenoid. A solenoid is a tech that interacts with the Raspberry Pi, which has a block where you can use VUI, voice user interaction, to unblock and unblock the flow of water. The purpose of this project is to water various segments of the garden and also other areas such as the front yard and backyard without human movement needed. All you need to do is tell Alexa to do it. First, you'd have to turn on the water supply. Then all we gotta do is open the Alexa app, or if you have an Echo Dot, you can just say, or Alexa Home. You can tell it to electronically unblock and block.
At the help section in your Alexa app.
You can tell it to unblock and block the flow of water. We simply say, Alexa, can you run water for duration minutes, and then using your invocation. Then you will start a
Take a look at the
Then you will start a conversation with Alexa where you tell it how long and where it will spray water. Once you give it the necessary data, it will start the program by spreading water to the desired segment. Once the timer ends, the solenoid will block the flow of water, and then you just turn off the water supply. So this is the solenoid actually right here. So this vent right here is actually the valve. The valve is right around here. So these two wires take the data from the Raspberry Pi and unblock and block the flow of water. So it's basically like a two-way cord.
So how does the solenoid interact with the Raspberry Pi?
So you interacted by using various ports on the Raspberry Pi here. There's GPIO, ground, and 5-volt ports. Yeah.
Oh, and that one has a connectivity?
Yeah, these two wires here to this.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have some sort of a gate that closes the water and comes out?
Yeah, you can't see it here, it's not visible here, but like it's right there. So some of the benefits are, if you're lazy like me, this is perfect for you. So also in the garden, mosquitoes like to spend a lot of time in gardens, so this can prevent bug bites, wasps, and bees. You would, like when you get to a garden, you might get spilled water on yourself or get dirty with mud, so I guess Alexa gets dirty. And then also, you'll feel happy that you don't have to do anything except speak. So the Raspberry Pi obviously isn't the fruit raspberry. This is an example of a Raspberry Pi circuit. Underneath the Raspberry Pi is something called breadboard. This is used to complete more circuits. This example is using LEDs and resistors and buttons. So a resistor is used to balance out the flow, to slow down the flow of power, so that there's not too much power for the LED. So these are the ports that I used for my project. So the top right corner, 2 and 4, 5-volt power. These ports are used by most projects that require more power than your standard wall outlet. So my project is actually using a wall outlet and power from the Raspberry Pi. 5 volts is the maximum power the Raspberry Pi can supply. GPIO port 4 right there is the port that's used to connect the device to the Raspberry Pi, and the ground port is the function of this. The function of this is to balance the flow of power, so power is equal on both sides. So what's next? This is only the beginning. I have so many things I can add to this program because Raspberry Pi, the possibilities are endless now that I can interact with the Wi-Fi. One thing that I'm very much looking forward to is coding a way to on the water using the Raspberry Pi. Another thing is maybe I could set a time for us to spray automatically through each section. So when you're like on vacation, maybe if you have a garden, you can automatically tell it what time to spray, so you can just enjoy yourself. Another thing I can do is a way for how far the pressure that the water can travel. That way, like you can like maybe limit, so maybe some plants won't break on water pressure. And yeah, so there are endless possibilities which I hope to narrow down.
It's not connected? Push it in on there.
Spray one. Yeah, so it's connected to all three. It's connected to all three.
Okay.
So now you have to call the program by typing in you have to type in Python IoT sync py. All you have to say to Alexa is Alexa, turn on grid 2 using sprinkler. Alexa, turn on grid 2 using Audi. Alexa, you turn on grid 2 using Audi. Alexa, turn on grid 3 using Audi.
I have located grid 3. It will be spraying water now.
Yeah. So now basically the solenoid, so the solenoid produces a meager sound, so you won't be able to hear it. But for the relays, you can actually hear it here. So if I type in, if I kill the program here, if I type in Python, turn off .py. I don't know if you guys can hear, but it'll make a click sound. I misspelled it. Yeah, did you? So that click means that the Raspberry Pi, the circuit is closed. There's no water. The whole thing is closed, so no water will pass through. So that means the circuit is officially done, and that's it.
So this solenoid, you get it in the market or where do you?
Yeah, we got from Home Depot.
Home Depot, that's it. And in Home Depot, what do they normally use this for?
Under the sprinklers.
They just.
It's a real sprinkler pump. That's fine, you can go with it.
Yeah. So the final remarks is, I know this isn't the last time I used the Raspberry Pi because I had a blast doing this. This was actually last year I did this. I didn't have much of an interest in coding, but this time I really got an interest in coding. It was really fun to come here, and it's summer vacation, so you might as well spend it in one way. It was very fun to work with this project with everybody. I'd like to take Bharati Aunty, Jishanti, Garthi Aunty, and all the other employees here at AT&T for helping me with this project. I hope I see you again, Raspberry Pi.